meeting of the Tiki Island City Council on Tuesday, June 17, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the Public Safety Building. Roll call. Telchik here. Neblett. Haley.
Here.
Cunningham.
Here.
Walker.
Here.
Muscat.
Here.
Please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Consent agenda on citizen comments on agenda items only. Must be signed in on sign-up sheet, limited to 2 minutes. 3. All items marked with a single asterisk on the consent agenda are considered routine by the City Council and will be acted upon in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests it. A, approval of the minutes of the May 2025 regular meeting. B, payment of bills for May of 2025. C, investment officer report for May of 2025. Can I get a motion?
Motion approved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Have a second motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Mayor and Alderman reports. Reports are limited to items of community interest as defined by the Texas Local Government Code, Section 551.0415. No action will be taken. Mayor's report. I do not have a report tonight. Alderman's report. Cunningham.
Just real quick, the elevator is fixed and is still working.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead with that. Go ahead and finish that. You hired another company.
yeah, we talked about last month. We had to hire another company to finish what the installer did. Cost us $1,800 for them to fix it and get it running.
But they're going to be our maintenance company also. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
that's who we'll call.
Okay.
Who ended up being the company?
ETS.
So we punted the people in Humboldt.
Well, they wouldn't respond.
Right.
We purged them out.
Yeah, okay. Good, yay. Actually, I don't think they should lose.
Okay, great. Anything else? Haley.
Nada.
Okay. Muscat.
Nothing.
Walker.
Not this one.
Thank you. Reports and presentations. Fire department report in the packet. Police report.
Calls for the month of May 2025. 6 alarm calls, 56 agencies assist, 5 citizens assist, 1 civil matter, 1 community outreach, 1 dead on scene, 7 fire EMS calls, 1 general information call, 1 harassment, 8 loud music calls, 3 marine calls, 5 silent 911s, 1 supplement, 4 suspicious circumstances, 4 suspicious persons, 3 suspicious vehicle, 1 theft, 1 trespassing, 3 violations of state ordinance, 2 warrant of arrest on view, 3 welfare checks, a total of 117 calls.
Thank you. Emergency management report.
Let's see, we did a center point energy and full scale exercise in May. You may have noticed by the city hall on the pole, there's a little
Yeah.
whirly thing.
Yep.
We have access to that information.
Oh,
Now,
good.
it's a weather station.
Yeah.
They use it for their stuff, but we can piggyback their stuff.
My daughter's very enthused about that. She's accessing the data.
They very good full scale exercise that they did in Detroit. They had next door people come watch. They had their Great Houston initiative. They had a schedule on, and I feel very comfortable that they'll be there when the lights go out. So, conference in Fort Worth. Got to meet and greet with a lot of different people. Hadn't seen in a while. We had our preparedness event on the 31st. 6 people. So I'm going to change things for next year. We're going to have an event, something half day, something longer than what it is, something to get people involved, get the fire truck out, get the police car lights on, something to
Give stuff away.
to get more interest.
Give stuff away.
But we got
Maybe get one of
365
local radio
days to get
stations to
that
come.
let's see. Did have Galveston OEM was there, and the Galveston Certainty representatives. So they kind of saw where brainstorms things. hazard mitigation grant work for FY26 looking forward. So that's a plus for right now with everything going on. Federal level, National Weather Service, they've had some staffing problems. They're working to get that robust for us in the region for hurricane season. I don't have any issues or qualms with that. One of the directors that had left, he's still in the area, and he's got a blog going and stuff. So anything he looks at, I'll also be looking into. But that 4th of July parade, working on an event action plan for that. We've got barricades already, so we can close the street of all traffic and make sure people don't just bypass us because we're just saying it. With all the other things going on, worldwide and countrywide, with events, and we're going to make sure that it shows that the street is closed for parade. That's all I found.
Do we have enough barricades?
Yes.
Okay. We don't, just let me know, but I've got access to a lot of them.
Okay.
Thank you. Animal control report in the package. Number 8, general business and action items. A, there's no general business or action items at this time to consider. Okay, we're going to open the 2025-2026 budget workshop. It is now 6:07. We're going to review and discuss, make recommendations for the 2025-26 budget. All right, it's open. Please start. You want to start with this, Brandy, or how are we going to do it?
Okay, this is basically your wish book right now. A lot of stuff gonna have to fall off of this.
Yeah.
This is the time, if y'all have anything, please don't make anything up. If you don't have anything on the top of your head, but if you have something that you thought that you might like to see, let me know now. This is the time.
And Tony's going to be getting in and start helping with that
Yep.
on the budget.
Yep.
So Goldie, you made a comment that we're about 150, was that in total bottom, or didn't work up? Oh yeah, so total M&O expenses were above last year. right?
One 200,000 is a little fat in it.
Okay.
Yes,
needs
we're
to be
gonna
trimmed.
trimming.
Yeah.
Or
We-
y'all can work on trying to do something, but again, Brandy hadn't got the county yet, right? You hasn't got anything from Cheryl Johnson?
No, I don't have any certified values yet, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm over there playing with the tax rate, just using preliminary value. So that's premature for me to even come out and say, this is the rate. But in what I do know, I can see that, yeah, there's things that are gonna have to be cut out of here, like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if y'all saw the entry sign
I did.
for that.
Yeah.
That was a request of one of, actually a former council member. I put it in there. We may not be able to do it this year, but it could be one of the things.
I couldn't hear you, Brandon, for
She
what?
said that she's got 100,000 in for the sign up front to redo something and get it more modern instead of that old boring look you got up there. And you may not be able to do it this year. You might have to trim that, but let's see about leaving it and trimming something else. And it's not gonna cost that much according to Patty. She's done some
Yeah,
research
I've done a
on
little
it.
bit of preliminary research on signs and stuff, and then I'm gonna contact Gabriel and see, like, if he hand paints a sign for us, that we then,
Yeah.
that we then could light, because then it will kind of mesh with the causeway. Let me look into that. Some of the initial I did for the LED digital sign, we wouldn't be up in this. We just need to find,
Yeah,
Electrical
I
and our
was thinking,
foundation's pretty solid.
we have electrical and water there.
Right.
And here's my thought process on it, was that it needed to be something that's kind of timeless and classic, so we're not,
Gabriel.
you know,
Yeah.
20 years down the road. it's-
Yeah, I agree.
Are you thinking put a new face on the structure that's there, or tear it completely out and start over, or do you know?
So my original thought on this was, if we can modernize existing structure, put a new pretty sign up, and then add to it basically an LED digital sign that we can put notices, things upcoming, happy birthday Sam, whatever, you know, that we could utilize that for. And most of those now, they're very modern, you can do it on your phone, they're LED, they're low voltage, so it shouldn't take a ton of power, then we could do that. But first, it's finding the pieces, how much is Gabriel, can we utilize the structure we already have, and then we order an LED sign, how do we attach that, or are you rebuilding it? I prefer not to rebuild it if we don't have
I
to.
prefer to stay away from LED altogether.
Why? It's low voltage, it's the way to go.
We've had too many problems with the one that we had here, we ended up taking it out.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
that
more
one.
like a,
That's a rarity, Brandy.
That was a rarity. and
That was the deal that, I can't remember who
Technology.
found that, but he was,
that was Tom.
Kind of like the elevator, we went with the low bidder and it was not.
yeah, and the guy that had, and he had a proprietary setup on his little system down here. Nobody could fix it and nobody could work on it, and he couldn't even fix it, but nobody else could get into it. And that was a piece of junk. But LED signs work everywhere. Look at them on the freeways.
Oh, yeah, they'll be, let me research into this, and the upside is if we actually put an LED sign, if the sign is up at the front, then we're not bothering any residents, because here it was super bright, and it was across from houses. Up there, it wouldn't be, and we would be able, you need approved people to do it from the phone, so it wouldn't be,
Yeah.
you'd have to do
Not
it.
only that, but then
Communications
again, you're
committee
right
can take that
there,
on.
people are gonna stop to try to read it, creating a traffic
No,
problem.
they'll be okay, because it's
Thinking more of
literally,
like a subdivision entry sign, like,
And tech stock would have that approval on that anyway, since it's facing their roads.
Yeah.
So once you come in, the amount of lumens that it produces.
Right.
The amount of flash it has, there's a reason why those billboards are so far away.
Yep,
And
yep.
that big, so.
yeah.
I'm not that opposed to it, I'm more opposed to it than not opposed to it.
Just
Yeah.
because so curiosity, just real quick.
Kind of cheesy. Like, I think what we have right now is,
Yeah.
it's nice, and it's very stagnant, and it's kind of classy, it kind of shows what we are. If you really want to get into the mix about what we're doing every week, I mean, just get involved.
Well, I wasn't thinking so much every week, but so like when you go into other places, like even Bayou Vista has a sign, and some of the other, well, I know, but some of that is aesthetic choice. You do
Right,
understand.
right.
But even if we don't go LED, and I'm still going to do the research, I'm still going to bring forward a proposal. I think our current sign looks like Welcome to the '70s, and totally dates the village. So I really think we could update something that is more modern, more fun, reflects the environment here, and the changing demographics that we've had. So I don't like that sign at all.
Yeah.
Alan and I talked about a lot. We want to
You
replace
should
that
have seen the
sign.
one before that.
None of them been good.
I think that one been there
I've been
since
doing
TV.
this, I remember that one too.
We're kind of getting off base,
Yeah.
but anyway, we need, that'd be something to be talked about at another time. Let's go ahead with this here.
Okay,
One item I noticed too, on the interest income, we have 110,000, we're already over that on year to date,
Where you at?
on page
On
one,
the interest income, on
the revenue side.
revenue.
so we may have more interest income than.
Yes,
we're
year to date we
counting.
are, however, that will go down. Now, you know, I'm no Warren Buffett, so I don't know
Yeah.
what the interest rates are gonna look
Yeah.
like next year, but it's going to go down because you've got your debt payment sitting in there collecting interest, and I have to take that out and make that.
Take that payment, okay.
honest.
All right, that makes sense. And then the medical insurance underneath administration, looked like a pretty good decrease from last year.
And I can explain that one. We had an older police officer, and the older makes the
Yeah.
rate go up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he left and we got a younger one in. So the younger one made the rate go down.
Chief and I talked about it a couple weeks ago, but I do want to make some itemized recommendations to you for those guys for next year, but I don't have them in front of me right now, so.
Okay.
We're not proving anything tonight, right?
No, this is just, it's
First
wish
pass,
list.
it's our first pass, right?
Well, if
Yeah,
you're
think
talking
of-
about the
think of it
police
like
department,
wish
you'll need to get with her one-on-one.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Not right now. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'll submit an itemized thing.
Oh, I did explain the island ones to you.
Okay, so where are we at now?
Still
Okay,
discussing,
y'all.
still discussing, but I'm done.
Yeah, so our interest up front, so we really think we're gonna need another 50K for litigation because of the break order above the 20.
We might.
We might.
Well, I'm gonna go into it on July the 8th.
Yeah,
Was it the 8th, Tony?
July 8th, I think so.
It was the 8th. We're gonna go into our first meeting
yeah,
and see about if we're gonna do arbitration or
Okay.
whatever, mediation, arbitration or what. So we're gonna talk about that on July the 8th.
okay.
Both
It's not-
sides, both sides in that?
Both sides will be there. They're gonna be there, our attorney's gonna be there. We're going to our attorney's office and we'll have a teleconference with them and their attorney.
But no arbitrator, it's just you.
we gotta start.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know how much it's gonna be,
Right,
but we could get into it,
yeah.
probably to 50 at least.
I was thinking if we really get into it, 75 may not be enough,
Well, that's true.
so.
No.
Yeah.
Well, here's what, we got some contingency, let's keep going, we got contingency that we can pull from somewhere else that we could use, if it gets that far. We might get lucky and,
Yeah. We've also got money that if we have to make a decision, we say, we're not gonna spend that, we're gonna move it to that.
Yeah, we have that option.
okay, what page y'all on next,
Citizen comments?
sir?
Citizen comments? Oh, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm done reviewing the.
I looked at it yesterday and
Me too.
I don't have anything else right now.
Okay, so nobody has anything that,
No wish list to add.
okay.
not at the moment.
All right, then if they can start with all this and start cutting back.
Because I already sent you a note on, I'm not sure if the 100 is high, but
Yeah. Yeah, I had no clue. I just threw it
Yeah,
out there
yeah.
and, because I know I'm gonna have to cut anyway, so
yeah.
just put it out there.
I scale,
I'll give it to
truthfully,
you
I
next week.
scale it to 50K and say, let's leave it as that, and if that's not enough, then we would split it over budget years.
That
Or we just find a way to
that
save.
was gonna be my recommendation.
We just find a way to save
on
within
the-
50K.
Yes,
So I'd cut that in half.
okay.
Okay. Or is there any other questions or anything y'all want to comment on the workshop, on the budget? Barry, you good?
Good.
Steve?
Yep, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
Good start, Brandy.
All right. Thank you, Brandy, for doing this. Okay, we're going to close the 2025-26 budget workshop, and it's 6:17. What were you saying, Brandy?
Citizen comments?
Yeah, that's next.
But we're going to go to that next. All right, budget workshop is closed. Citizen comments. All right, can I get a motion to
Wait,
adjourn?
I have one question first. So Alan was our, on the ordinance committee, he was the board member for the ordinance committee. Is that now Tony?
Tony?
Okay, I will follow you with you on a couple of these.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion.
motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank y'all for coming.
Barry?